everybody, and welcome back to the JaxCast, where today, we got a legit episode for today, not a short episode, actually an episode where I'm actually going to be having a good conversation. Yes, my introduction may not be the best, but we're just going to have to deal with it, because I'm pretty sure once when the conversation starts rolling, that'll make up for it. Here with me today is my friend Nightwolf from Nightwolf's Den. You want to say hi?
Yes, hi. I'm Nightwolf from Nightwolf's Den, and today I think JaxP knows why we're here, and that is to discuss E3 predictions.
And if you like, I know you didn't want me to use your actual name for the podcast, but if it's easier for you, you can use my actual name.
All right, no problem.
All
Sounds
right.
good.
Honestly, preparing for this podcast, when you reached out to me wanting to cover E3, when it came to making sure what was going to be potentially happening this year, it honestly seems like this is like one of the few E3s where there's very little leaks.
I completely agree with that. Because when I reached out to you about wanting to make this podcast, I want to stick to Nintendo specifically, but I really want to, cover like mainly mostly all the presentations that are going to be taking place there. So, I guess we could probably start off. We should start off with Nintendo,
All
since that's
right.
probably like the one I'm anticipating most. If you agree.
Yeah, I'm more of a Nintendo person. Nintendo, PS4, but mostly Nintendo.
Yeah. Well, actually, yeah. Sony's not going to be at this E3 this year.
Oh,
If you
really?
did, yeah, they're not going to be there this year. They're not doing a presentation. Just before we start, if you guys don't know this, PlayStation actually revealed, I think, the release date for one of their biggest exclusives, which is by the guy who made Metal Gear, Hideo Kojima. It's called Death Stranding. It's honestly one of my most anticipated games. They just released a big trailer for that, and I still don't know what the heck that game is. I don't know if you've heard of it.
I've heard of the name. I haven't really seen anything for it.
Uh, to tell you, is one of the most original games I've ever seen in a long time. And that's kind of hard to say, especially these days, since the industry, like entertainment in general, kind of is oversaturated with like the same stuff, with
Yeah,
trends
yeah.
and stuff. You know, but
It's always about Battle Royale nowadays.
yeah, and like this game, I don't even know what I seen the trailer for in gameplay. I still don't know what it is. I still don't know what it's supposed to be. So honestly, the fact that I'm saying that, I like that. Like
Yeah,
I've never
yeah.
had I never had a game like have me like be speechless before like that. And like honestly, I'm impressed. And there's only one person that could do it, Hideo Kojima. He's um really, I call him the Hitchcock of video games.
You know what?
Uh,
That even though I will confess, I have not played Metal Gear, but from what I hear about everyone talk about his games, he really does seem to be like really good with planning out his games and writing for them. I always hear great things about his games.
yeah, to be honest, I haven't really played much of his games either, but like I can
Okay,
respect
good.
and admire this kind of stuff he's done. So I've been meaning to pick up some of the games and playing them, but like I have yet to do that. So, but yeah, that was just about I was just saying that because PlayStation, isn't going to be at the show, and they kind of like reveal one of their biggest games that people thought, I don't know why they're not E3 this year. I guess it's because they want to focus on the PS5, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. Because
Um,
I honestly didn't even realize that PS4 wasn't, or Sony dropped out of E3, because one of the things I wrote down for my list was just some more information on the PS5, like maybe some kind of picture or maybe some kind of like screenshot of like the UI or something.
no, actually, the the only company that might be focusing on next gen hardware is Microsoft.
Yes, I've heard
Um,
about that. That there's also a potential that they might be revealing their next console.
yeah, and just before, and again, just one more thing before we start, since we're on that subject.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm See, the thing is, what I'm worried about with next generation of consoles is this is probably going to be the last. The only companies that are probably going to be doing physical games still for their systems is Sony and Nintendo, and that's only because they're Japanese companies, and Japan in general, like that industry follows a rather traditional kind of scope. So if you didn't know this, most Japanese gamers and people in general prefer physical. The PC gaming and stuff is really niche in Japan. It's mainly just consoles and handheld.
I mean,
Um,
I knew it was consoles, but I actually had no idea that they actually preferred physical copies. Like, I'm very tied with physical and digital media.
yeah, just for me, when it comes to games, specifically games, I prefer physical because I feel like it's like a library I could look at, and like there's just something about it that I've enjoyed. That's probably just a generational thing. Future generations probably might not care.
That's a fair point because I always say too that I miss Blockbuster.
Yeah, exactly. I just prefer the physical, like the idea of going to my shelf and like looking at all my games. And
Yeah, yeah.
there there are upsides to it. Like you can resell the game. So here's the biggest issue with the for me when it comes to having physical games. I mean, digital only games. When you get a gift for somebody, is it going to be the same when you like wrap a gift and give them a digital code versus an actual physical
Yeah.
thing?
It feels more satisfying getting an actual game box.
Yeah, and obviously things have changed nowadays, especially with the internet and like how fast we get things now. I
Yeah.
remember going to GameStop when I was younger. It was like really like it was a lot more fun when I was younger. Now it isn't as exciting because I could just get everything online.
Yeah, and
You know,
nowadays GameStop's like in and out of life support,
yeah,
and that they messed up their like pro membership program.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
rest in peace, GameStop. Sorry, I didn't mean to
yeah,
cut you off.
that's okay. It just and just the one last thing with GameStop, like my biggest issue with them is like you could see that they're selling more pop culture kind of like stuff rather than
Yeah,
actual games. Like they're selling socks. You know?
that's also partly because they have a sister company called Think Geek.
Yeah, I kind of figured. But yeah. There's that's actually another topic we could save for a whole another podcast.
Hey,
But
I'm down for that idea.
yeah. But I would like to actually get on to the topic at hand that we were going to talk about today.
Yeah, sure thing.
So first of all, I'd like to start off by saying that it's called Nintendo's Direct. There's been lots of speculation going around that the main focus is probably gonna be uh which is their biggest game for this year, which is Pokemon. Uh
Yes, that is something I'm definitely excited for.
yeah, and it's actually having a direct this Wednesday uh for
Oh, it
Pokemon.
is.
Yeah. Just specifically for Pokemon, the Pokemon's having a direct. Um and this is obviously the Switch's biggest game for this year.
Oh yeah, especially them also recently coming out that Nintendo themselves are done like updating the 3DS and making games for it.
Mm-hmm. So it ripped the 3DS, but
It
it's
was a
time
good
to
system when it lasted.
yeah. So um, and Nintendo, that's the franchise Nintendo I feel like is going to be focusing on the most. The other franchise is probably going to be what's it called? Is Animal Crossing. Uh, we don't even know anything about that. We just know it's coming.
Yeah, yeah.
It was revealed in the last direct, but like we don't know if it's coming or not. We know it's coming, but like we don't even know the real title of it. We don't know
I feel like
what the game looks like. You know what I mean?
yeah, and I mean I feel like I'm one of the few people out there that grew up with Nintendo that actually never owned an Animal Crossing game.
Neither have I. So
Okay,
don't worry.
okay, I'm glad we're on the same page with that because lots of times when I say that, I always hear like, "Wait, what? You never played Animal Crossing?"
Yeah, it's not. I'm just saying it as like a game that's coming. So like like I might pick it up for the Switch since I collect games. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but what's it called? Yeah, that's one franchise I definitely feel like is gonna be revealed.
You know,
There's lots.
sorry.
Sorry.
I I
It's okay.
realized connected to what you were saying, and don't worry, this is still connected onto the topic that we're talking about with Nintendo announcing stuff. I realized I forgot I wrote this down. I don't know when this happened, but and I'm not sure if you heard about this too. There was a leaker that actually went out on Twitter and found on the GameStop website that they do have 21 available slots for Nintendo Switch games, 20 possible slots for PS4 games, and no estimate, but less than 20 for games for the Xbox. I just thought that could
So
also be an important thing to bring up.
so what this could mean, those could just be slots for new games that we don't know about yet. Um, that's maybe what they could be. Where the were unless there were games revealed for them already. Were there or
Wait, what?
were there like any games already in those slots or
No,
like?
they were just empty slots, and I think the only thing that they really had on them were like prices. But it seemed like GameStop somewhat. I honestly don't even know how you leak something, but it seemed like whatever GameStop did, the only thing that you can find was a price and whatever the system was for.
The system's for. Well, I guess that could be the potentially like the problem with that is that Sony isn't gonna be at E3. It's like I don't know if like how they're gonna like announce stuff like or like they might just do what their own version of like a Nintendo Direct, which they
Yeah.
actually recently started doing. Obviously the biggest game for PlayStation as of right now that everyone's excited for is the Final Fantasy VII remake. And I could see why because that game's that's considered to be that's the most beloved and one of the best games ever made.
Oh, the remake looks so nice.
Yeah, and like why wouldn't people be excited? Obviously there's the nostalgia factor, but it's like yeah, it's one of the most beloved. People consider it to be like one of the greatest games of all time. So, like why why wouldn't you be excited for that? But back to Nintendo.
Yes, yes. Sorry about the little sidetrack. I just wasn't sure if that would have been important to the topic.
No, it's fine. That actually is making me think. So that's giving me the potential to believe that we might have more games be revealed in the direct that we don't know about.
Yes.
Now already we know like Nintendo. Like personally, this year for me is better for games for the Switch compared to last year. In my opinion, because last year all we had was what Smash, and that was it. And Pokemon Let's Go, and maybe Octopath Traveler, Kirby. Uh, yeah, that's about it. Um, and this year now compared to last year, we have because the first year the Switch was amazing. If you remember that.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Basically, it's just all of a sudden, just like this whole extreme, just like we have the Switch. Don't like just. It's like they totally undid what happened with like the Wii U, where it was like the most awkward presentation ever. But this time, it's just like, whoa, look at that Mario with the arm cannon gun.
yeah, pretty much. That's a great example.
It was like the next Reggie Fils-Aimé opening because people always value that one where he's just like, I'm all about taking ass and wait, I'm all about kicking ass and taking names. I
Well,
almost fucked that one up pretty bad.
sorry, that was funny. Uh, taking ass and
Taking ass.
some kicking names.
God, I'm here to chew ass and kick bubble gum, and I'm all out of gum.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay. But back to Nintendo.
Yes, of
That was
course.
good. Uh, good.
Welcome to the first legit episode of the JaxCast. Oh man, this is starting off great.
Okay, but like, I was gonna say something about in terms of this year's Nintendo like exclusives are better than last year's. Smash is a great game. I won't lie, I'm kind of like in the middle of being a casual and a like big like Smash fan. I'm in the middle. Like I love Smash, but like again, like I'm maybe kind of casual about it.
Yeah.
But in terms of this year, honestly, I feel like it's a better year for games. Not as good as the first year because the first half of 2019 has been pretty dry. The only big exclusive that we got was Yoshi's Crafted World.
Oh yeah.
But like now, like we're getting in their February direct, like we have all these like exclusives coming out like later this year, especially in the summer.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Oh.
name. I'm trying to
Oh.
name as many as I can.
Yeah, like Mario Maker 2.
Mario Maker 2, that's coming out actually really soon. Uh,
Yes.
Fire Emblem Three Houses. I just pre-ordered the special edition for that.
I need
Uh,
money.
yeah, we all do. What else? There's that new Marvel game, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 of the Black Order. That's an exclusive for the Switch. That's a Western exclusive, actually.
Oh, it's a
Uh,
Western exclusive?
yeah, Japan's not getting it, although Japan made it, like developed it.
Wow, that kind of sounds ironic. That Japan
Yeah,
makes
but
it, but yet they can't play it.
well, it's because it was intended for a Western audience. Because like Marvel, like is more of a Western thing.
Okay,
Uh,
actually, that's a pretty good point.
um, Fire Emblem Three Houses is probably my most anticipated game for the summer. So yeah, again, I already pre-ordered the special edition for that. It cost me $120.
What's in the pre-order?
What's in the special edition?
Well, yeah, I'm just used to calling them pre-orders.
It's there's a calendar, there's an art book, there's the soundtrack, there's the steelbook case, and it all looks really beautiful. The case, uh, I will say the Japanese version is a little better. The Japanese limited edition, like because the box is like has like this beautiful cover art. Um, and like my main problem with like Western limited editions, the Japanese, they get both the steelbook case and the regular standard case. While in the West, we just get the steelbook case because the thing is, the steelbook case is supposed to be a collector's item, and people probably want to display those.
I always
Um,
thought that it would have came with both.
it doesn't. It only comes with the steelbook case. Side note, I have the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 special edition, and it only came with in the steelbook case and stuff for that. It was like phenomenal. It's like really beautiful. I have it actually right next to me, um, and it just came with the steelbook case, which really was a shame because like I really want to display it without and have the game like where it's supposed to be. With the Japanese versions always come with the case, or usually from what I've seen come with the both the standard and steelbook case, which honestly I think is like a really smart thing. And I don't know, after this, so like I don't know, maybe like you could like if you could find a picture of both the special edition and the limited edition, maybe put it up on the video as I'm talking about it.
Yeah, so for any of the audio listeners, you won't be able to see it, but for anyone listening to this on YouTube or in case if I put this on any other video service, then I'll put up a picture for a bit of what of what Nightwolf was talking about. Good,
That's
good
okay.
thing. Good thing I have a notepad with me because I can write down the timestamps.
Fire Emblem Three Houses is a game I really want to play. I got into Fire Emblem when the craze was going on when Awakening first came out. If it wasn't for that game, Fire Emblem wouldn't be here anymore. Because Fire Emblem was never popular outside of Japan. Um, I could go into the whole history of Fire Emblem and stuff, but like we get off topic.
Yeah.
But to move on to the next game I'm excited for, which is actually the next big exclusive coming out for the Switch, is personally my most anticipated game for this year.
I think I know what you're going with, but go on.
Uh, yeah, and I am, of course, it's a third party exclusive, and it's developed by Platinum Games, and I am, of course, talking about Astral Chain.
Yep. As soon as that was announced, I could tell you were especially hyped for it when you changed your profile picture on Facebook.
Yes, I am extremely hyped for it because I think I just like the way the game looks. I like the art style.
It does seem nice. I am interested in it, and it
Yeah,
seems intense.
yeah, and the combat looks really, really cool. the gimmick of that game. So if you don't know, Platinum's like a really well respected developer when it comes to like action games because they're the ones that made action hack and slash games. Like because they're the ones that made Bayonetta. If you didn't know that.
Okay, because I mean, I'm aware of Baronetta. What the hell? No, I'm aware of Bayonetta. I just haven't heard of the company that would make the games.
Yeah, see, like Platinum Games, like they're really good at making action games or games in general. Like they're really consistent. And just a quick side note, Platinum Games is actually made up of like a lot of these like as a company made up of mainly ex Capcom employees. So
Huh.
like I think one of the founders is a man named Hideki Kamiya, who's actually the creator of the Bayonetta series. But he actually worked on the first Devil May Cry. Didn't know that. He left Capcom and founded Platinum Games, and ever since they've become a really well respected developer. They have a very very close relationship with Nintendo. I'm honestly surprised Nintendo hasn't bought them yet, and they haven't become like a second party developer for Nintendo, like Game Freak or Monolith Soft, because Platinum Games has been working closely with Nintendo since the Wii. They developed an exclusive game for the Wii called Mad World. It's You could probably put that up on the screen too. I'll send you a picture of what it looks like.
Okay, cool.
And it's exclusive for the Wii, and like it has a really cool art style. It's in black and white, shell shaded kind of look.
Hmm.
But it's like really bloody. It's really cool. But Astro Chain, there's a gimmick for this one, and the gimmick is that you can control two characters at the same time.
You know what? I did. Huh. I don't remember if I saw that.
So if you've seen the trailer for it, you'll see that like the main characters, the main characters are a boy and a girl. They're both like twins.
Okay. Yeah. That part I know.
And you can play as either one. And they control these beings called legions because they're part of like the special police force in this futuristic multicultural city called the Ark. And they're under attack by like these interdimensional aliens.
Okay.
And the special police force that they're part of is called Neuron, and they're using these creatures called legions, which are bound by a chain, hence the name Astral Chain, to the main characters, and you can control both the main character and the legion and fight the aliens. And that's like a really unique mechanic. Obviously the biggest just another side note, one of the reasons of like if you're wondering what which surprised me is that this game has a really anime art style, which I love because I love anime.
Yeah. Yeah. Same here.
I'm pretty sure you know how much I love anime.
Yeah, and I mean, even though no one could see it, we could say we both have similar profile pictures on our Discord that are anime related.
Yeah, well, isn't that from a game, technically?
Okay, anime art style related, but yes, from a game.
Yeah. But Astro Chain is it's probably the game I'm looking most forward to, and it's different in the sense of its anime art style. It's actually done by a really famous Japanese manga artist. Like we won't know who he is. I forgot his name. Like I know who he is because like I'm into anime and manga and Japanese culture and stuff. So it's my hobby. I know that.
Yeah, you are way more in depth with that kind of stuff than I am.
But like it's not like we're Japanese. Like if we were Japanese, we probably know somewhat of who he is.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
and like the reason that like, compared to other Platinum games developed by them, like other games that Platinum hasn't made, this game is very anime, and like I've never seen that before from a Platinum game, and I love it honestly. It turns out there's another reason for this. So like this year, it feels like Nintendo is like really pushing to target not their Western audience because they know the Switch is going to do really well, but their main audience, like their homeland audience in Japan.
Okay.
The reason I'm saying that is because of that anime art style, because it appeals to that specific audience. Yeah, I mean that's why this year we're getting so like quite the few number of anime games or anime looking games. So like there's like I've read articles about like surveys and stuff that have been done about comparing Western gamers to Japanese gamers. Turns out Japanese gamers prefer the anime kind of art style, while American gamers prefer like a realistic, gritty kind of looking style.
that's that's always something I always. Well, I mean, I'm not surprised about it. Just I'm one of the few people that I feel like is like I honestly don't care how realistic some games will look, just as long as maybe if the look was in the intention of the developers. I'm open whether if a game is realistic, like, or everything is supposed to be very like cartoony or anime, whatever it is. Just in the end, it's a game is a game, and I mostly like to focus on the actual gameplay itself to fully judge a game.
I agree 100%. That's what makes a game, not great graphics,
Yes, but yet
but
everyone here in the
a
U.S.
great.
judges graphics, and they want the top of the line graphics cards. They just want the best of the best, and it seems like a lot of other people, like in other countries, are just like, yeah, I'm pretty much fine with what I have.
Well, the thing is with Japanese gamers, they kind of prefer what do you call it? Like they don't care about I mean, obviously they care if the game looks ugly, but they care more like Japanese gamers and game developers in general. That whole like industry and the people that follow it over there prefer the uh like they focus on the gameplay aspects. So when Japanese game developers are making games, they focus on the gameplay more versus the Western developers, while we focus more on the story and the way the game looks. Uh, I mean, they focus on the way the game looks artistically, not so much graphically,
Yes,
if you know what I mean.
because they also tend to see it as a business opportunity as well as an art form in a way.
And, yes,
Somewhat.
actually, Japanese game designers and game developers, that industry is more open and sees it more like it's a creative outlet. So it's not as corporate as the American industry is, where like they have like trends and stuff. And the Japanese one, they go like, okay, this is a creative industry, so it's best that people over here we let like the creative vision of the game be made. That way, the game will be good. Because
Yes.
usually, in my view, the greatest games I played were made by people who want to make them,
Yeah.
and really cared about what they're doing, versus like games that like are just shot out just to make a quick buck.
Yeah, because it's not like because it seems like over there it's like, oh look, here is another artistic game that this company is developing and working on. Meanwhile, it's like here in the states we got like Todd Howard on a stage again, being like, "Hi, I'm here to announce Skyrim for the 27th time."
Yeah, basically, yeah, that pretty much sums it up. Versus Eastern versus Western. But to continue on what I was saying with Nintendo,
Yes.
Nintendo's like I really feel like this year they're trying to focus on trying to get that like get a focus on the Japanese market for the Switch. Although the Japanese market for the Switch has been like doing amazing. I don't know if you've heard like the news about the Switch over there over the past couple of years. Uh,
I've been hearing that it's been insanely popular in Japan.
that is extremely true. Because the idea you could play games like big Nintendo games on the go is a big deal, of course, over there. So
And I mean, it's especially convenient too, because I mean, for you and I both know that even with like Japanese pop culture, that they would rather also rely on Japanese engineering, which is why Xboxes don't really do too well. And I feel like what also makes the Switch especially great in Japan is they like it because it's also Japanese engineered. It is from a company that they all rely on. Plus, you could take it on the go.
exactly. If you go to Japan, gaming over there is pretty much dominated by Nintendo and Sony, um, and arcades in general.
Yes.
So well, over here, like gaming is dominated by like like the PC market and all the big AAA companies
Yeah, and also
and
like
Microsoft.
Activision, Call of Duty,
Yeah.
yeah, Fortnite surprisingly is
Oh my
still
God,
popular.
Fortnite.
Fortnite, oh god.
But what was I gonna say? Yeah, like another just a fun fact about the Switch in Japan. It was so popular there that it was sold out like almost everywhere It was extremely hard to find.
Oh, wait, are you talking about worldwide or just Japan?
Just Japan.
Oh, okay. Because I thought for some reason it was also the US too that, everyone left and right was also pre-ordering the Switch.
No, no, that was in Japan.
Okay.
I've heard that I think like this year, you think Pokemon's big in the U.S. is nothing compared to how it is in Japan. Pokemon over there is a phenomenon. They have Pokemon stores. They had a traveling Pokemon theme park.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, they have a whole day just dedicated to Pikachu with
I've
a
never
parade.
actually heard of that.
So
They
yeah, it's
actually
called.
have a Pikachu Day.
Yep, and they have a parade in the city of Yokohama with a bunch of people dressed up in Pokemon Pikachu costumes.
Oh,
It's
God.
funny. It's pretty funny.
I know someone
Um,
is probably going to look at me and, basically say weeb, but honestly, I don't care. It's just, it is pretty cool that Japanese culture and like the people actually have like days for pop culture stuff. And I mean, here in the US we somewhat do, but it's just more of like a joke. Like, oh look, March 10th, that looks like it says Mario. May
or
4th, may the 4th be with you.
yeah,
And I think
we have
that's it.
Star Wars Celebration and stuff, but like it's not like how it is over there.
It's more social media. Like I'm on Twitter celebrating Star Wars Day.
Yeah, while in Japan, they have Pokemon's so big, they have like store. There's a chain of stores called the Pokemon Center, and I've heard stories that um, and I'll explain why I'm saying this in a
Okay.
minute. Like there's there's stores called Pokemon Center. It's a big chain store. They're all over the country. And The thing is about them is that I read an article about one that opened up in the city of Kyoto, um, and I heard that it was so busy that they were it was so busy just the first couple of days that people lined up waiting outside camping and stuff,
Damn.
and just they were understaffed, they didn't have enough cashiers to handle all the people, they had to close down because they were so busy.
Wow. It it almost makes me think of how people will wait online for the next iPhone, but instead it's like people waiting online just to get their next Pokemon plushie or
Yeah,
whatever
that's
else
pretty
they
much all
sell.
it was.
Because I know they
uh,
sell basically just a whole bunch of things with the Pokemon IP slapped onto it too.
I'll tell you, just a little funny fact. I'm trying to go to Japan, and one of the jokes, I'm not actually joking about this. I'm actually going to be bringing maybe one or two extra suitcases just for all the stuff I'm going to buy there, and one of them might be specifically just for Pokemon.
I
I'm
mean,
not
listen,
kidding.
I don't blame you because I mean, like, I wouldn't be surprised if even some of the citizens there like aren't surprised to see people with like a bunch of containers of like merchandising.
I mean, over there you could get away just another fun fact. This is another topic we could probably say for another video, but
Yeah,
over there um you could walk out of a store in Akihabara with a big body pillow, and people really probably won't bat an eye. Really,
and I mean, it
uh,
seems like they're not like too judgmental.
they're just really Japanese society is really more. I'm not saying this because I'm not acting like I know. I'm just saying out of research I've done and talking to Japanese people I've known. They've told me and people that went to Japan. Um, People care and then people don't care. It's a mix of both. But most of the time, people just keep to themselves. No one's really gonna bother you about it because Japanese people are very introverted and um self they keep to themselves. You
Yeah,
know, which is just a sign of that's just the whole idea of Japanese culture of honor and respect. But we're getting off topic. That's a whole topic we could say for another
yeah, yeah,
time.
yeah.
You know,
Honestly, I'm just loving these conversations. And I mean, it's somewhat connected to what we're talking about because I mean, Nintendo, I mean, we were on the same topic, but we were talking about other topics connected to one topic. That's probably not the best way to sum it up, but I think you clearly know what I'm trying to go for.
Yeah, and the reason I was saying all that is because uh what's it called? Is that you know I mean the Pokemon Sword and Shield. Those games are probably going to do phenomenal in Japan. I'm predicting. I
I
could be
think they
wrong.
will.
I think I could be. I may be wrong, but I think those are going to be really selling extremely well once they come out in Japan
I think,
because they are the first mainline Pokemon games for the Switch, which
yep.
is a home console hybrid. You can play them on HD on the go, and like you know, it just sells. It sells in the West, but like in Japan, it'll probably sell even more. Pokemon, sells like hotcakes over there. They love Pokemon.
Yeah. Because I mean, what I'm gonna love about it too was I've wanted to record videos on like the main Pokemon games here and there, and the problem is I don't know how to record from a DS, but I can record on a Switch when it's docked. So that's another reason why I'm excited for Pokemon Sword and Shield. Just the one thing, I mean, even though we haven't seen too much of the game yet, we do have a taste of what to expect from the game. Just one thing
Well,
that
we'll see this Wednesday.
yes. Well, I mean, okay, yes, fair point. We will learn
We don't
this
even know what
Wednesday.
the legendaries look like yet. Like the cover
Exactly.
art.
And I'm just saying, at the moment, and I mean, most, I mean, even though we're right now talking on Monday, most likely, well, yeah, this will be coming out on Tuesday. But so, talking in the verb or talking in the way as if it is Tuesday. Tomorrow, we will actually know more about the game. But as for right now, we only have a taste of what to expect. And honestly, since we only have a taste, the only thing that I don't like about when it comes to the new Pokemon game is Score Bunny. Only because I mean I'm honestly gonna be using him. My only problem with him though is his legs are too long.
Oh well, we'll see. We'll see once the. I always choose. I usually stick with the grass type because grass is one of my favorite types.
Yeah,
Um, because I always stuck with the grass type and Trico is my first Pokemon. Um, and then when Gen 4 came around, I got Turtwig because I thought Torterra was like so awesome.
I did think he was
Um,
awesome too, but I was more of a Chimchar.
yeah, in Gen 5, I got for the time before that person stole my game.
Oh,
Uh, oh yeah, the person that stole my Gen 5 stole all my other Pokemon games from my DS2. He stole Diamond and Pearl as
oh, I
well.
think I remember you talking about this too.
Yeah, I will always be pissed for the rest of my life on that. And I wish I knew who it was because I trusted that person to come to my house. But that's a subject we can save for another time. Well, it's also kind of personal, so like I'm not gonna go too much into
I
it.
think I mean just so we don't drift into anything personal, I think maybe that's like a good way to cover it. I think we got the idea.
Yeah. So sorry if I got a little pissy there. You know.
Listen, it happens. It happens.
So, but to get on to the thing I was trying to say is that I always stick with the grass type. So I'm probably gonna get Grookey. I'm hoping that because Decidueye is my favorite Gen 7 Pokemon. Because I just thought the whole idea of a grass owl was like I don't know, Rowlet's cute, and then like he evolves into that I just loved it. So I'm really excited for Sword and Shield.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they could have better names, but I mean, I think so many people are gonna buy the Shield version. I mean, Sword version.
I'm getting both because I'm a huge Pokemon fan.
And I mean, yeah, I mean, yeah, I I'm not surprised. And don't worry, that wasn't supposed to be a diss. I kind of had a bit of a brain fart while talking there.
Right, it's all right. But again, like they're doing all this stuff this year to focus on specifically on the Japanese market. Um, and honestly, like I think what I've loved about the Switch is that Nintendo has been utilizing a lot of their franchises. I mean, we're getting games like I never even thought we would get again. Like we're getting
Yeah,
Metroid Prime 4. Like I'm not a Metroid fan, but like I respect the series and like the people that like it. And I might pick it up and maybe give it a try. I don't know, we'll see. But like, we're getting all these great games like And like I'm excited for the future of this console. This actually might be one of my favorite Nintendo consoles of all time, just because of the library of games
That is
and
fair.
stuff.
I mean, for me, because of the nostalgia, nothing can really beat my love for the GameCube because that was my first actual game system.
Same with me. That's my favorite console of all time. But like the Switch is one of my favorites. Close is a close second. But in terms of the lineup for this year for the Switch, I want to actually continue with that. So like let me just rephrase for a second, like a lot of the games. So this year we had Yoshi's Crafted World. And I'm just talking about exclusives, like only for the Switch, like
Yes.
games that are exclusively for the Switch that you could get on the Switch. So we're gonna get Yoshi's. We have Yoshi's Crafted World. We're getting uh not Paper Mario. I wish we get a good Paper Mario game, but we'll see. Hopefully they announce something at their direct, but keep my fingers crossed. Um, Actually, Paper Mario I'll talk about in a few minutes.
Yeah, sure thing.
'Cause I have a lot to say about that. So yeah, we have Yoshi's Crafted World, Super Mario Maker 2. Then we have that Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, The Black Order. Then we have Fire Emblem Three Houses. Then we have Astral Chain. Then we have Animal Crossing coming out later this year. Then Luigi's Mansion 3, which I'm personally excited for because Luigi's Mansion was one of the first games I ever played.
You know, I almost forgot about Luigi's Mansion 3.
Yeah, and what's it called? Then of course we have Pokemon Sword and Shield, and then we have probably one of the other biggest game coming out this year besides Animal Crossing or Pokemon is Zelda: A Link to the Past. No,
Yeah,
Link to the
yeah,
Past.
the
Link's Awakening remake.
yeah. I honestly, I at first I kind of questioned seeing the style of it, but the more I watched it, honestly, the more I began to like it because it.
Why? Because he looks like the elf from Rudolph who wanted to be a dentist.
Hey, you know what? I actually wasn't. I did not actually pick up on that. No,
He
it's
does.
just I feel like my god, I got that stuck in my head now. No,
I
the
don't want
whole
to be an adventurer. I want to be a dentist.
no, the whole reason he's on that adventure is because he doesn't want to be caught not being in elf practice.
Sorry.
That's the real adventure, trying to hide from elf practice.
He's trying to hide from Santa.
Oh, well, I mean,
Um,
yes, of course. 'Cause, I mean, we can't let the big man find out.
Sorry. Okay,
No, it's fine. But I think it's nice the more I watched it because obviously to so many people, like, oh god, the Game Boy was like so long ago. But for many people, I feel like seeing everything almost kind of everything felt like it was like toys when I saw the art style.
I think that's the intention.
Yeah, and I feel like it gives a childhood nostalgic vibe. So I felt
I
like
was
they
literally
tried to
just
keep
about to
that.
comment on that.
Yes.
So I completely agree.
And also you were the one that told me too that the chain chomps were introduced in that game, which still feels so weird and foreign to me.
Yep, the chain shops were first introduced in that. They actually have Goombas in that game too. Uh,
It felt so weird.
yeah, I know.
I'm
But,
bewildered.
remember, it's made by the same people that made Mario.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have all these big games coming out this year for the Switch compared to last year.
Yeah.
You know, there's I'm gonna save these from for later. There's some games I want to talk about later, but like let me talk about Paper Mario.
Yes, of course.
So I love Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, and I love Super Paper Mario, and I love the original Paper Mario for the N64. Those are great games, honestly. Some of the greatest games, honestly, I think Nintendo's ever put out.
I've been meaning to try the Paper Mario games because I have not played those either.
I recommend you try the Thousand Year Door. I think you'll really enjoy that game.
That seems to be the one that everyone talks about. Is that the one for the GameCube?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the one I always hear everyone talk about when it comes to remember Paper Mario?
Yeah, people say that's probably one of the best one. That's probably the best one. Super Paper Mario, the one for the Wii, is different, but it's still a good Paper Mario game because like it's still fun to play, and it doesn't have to, like turn based like battles like it does, and like in the first two, but in it's more of a platformer with a gimmick where like you change 3D to 2D. It's pretty cool. People, the number one thing people love about that, which is like a really strange case for Mario, is the story. And people say Super Paper Mario probably has the best story in any Mario game. Period. Um, and like I completely agree with that. And my hope is whether like for the future of the Switch, whether they announce it or not at the C3 or hopefully in the future, they give us like since like they want to return to formula for other franchises, like they return to like what make these games great. Um, like uh like uh like Mario and Zelda, they like recently like fixed those franchises. They fixed a lot of franchises like Mario Party. Uh,
Yeah, I'm a bit mixed with the newer Mario Party. I mean, at least they got rid of the car.
it's a step in the right direction. It's not
It
gonna. It's
is. I just hope
it's
it's with each installment there'll be a bit more to do and maybe the maps can progressively get bigger.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like they put this one out. There'll probably be another Mario Party. Don't worry.
I mean,
Uh,
I know that they said they're doing a restart on the series, so I do have
it's a
trust in
reboot. Yeah,
Nintendo. Yeah.
yeah. Honestly, I feel like this was just an experiment. Like what, let's put this out and see the reception is, and let's get the feedback, and then let's make improvements on what we could. So
At
they
least
listened.
the mini games were good.
Yeah. So it's a step in the right direction. So hopefully it'll get progressively better. There'll
Yeah.
probably be like 4 Mario parties for the Switch. I mean, there's like
Yeah.
5 for the GameCube. So
Oh, I thought there was
um,
4. Wasn't it 4,
there's four.
5, 6, and
There's 4.
7?
Yes, you're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah, listen, I known that for a long time, but mainly because Mario Party 7 was one of my first video games.
Yeah, I actually just bought Mario Party 7 on eBay.
Oh, did you ever get a
So
chance to play it yet?
I played it when I was younger. Yeah.
Okay. I always say this, and this is just something I feel like I always have to say with the topic of Mario Party. One thing I hope Nintendo brings back is the orb mechanic from Mario Party 7.
Yeah, I agree. But like I was only saying all that because like that gives me hope in Nintendo that like they see what they're like just in terms of their business strategy because Nintendo's changed ever since the Switch released.
Yeah.
Like they've changed from like they've like fixed themselves. So like and like they're taking a step in the right direction with the Switch and the games. So like I'm hoping they'll apply that to Mario Paper Mario. And I hope we get like a great Mario Party Paper Mario game with a great story and a great turn-based combat system with no gimmicks. Sticker star. Um, um, so like I'm just hoping that like that's the case. So I love Mario Paper Mario.
Yeah. And I mean,
So
Nintendo clearly seemed that they have learned from their past mistakes because it was really sad to know that the Wii U didn't do too well. Because I mean, it's not the best console, I'll say that, but I feel like Nintendo had a step in the right direction if you ever played Nintendo Land. Because even though it seemed like a bit of a fancy game demo, it seemed like when you saw those mini games, it seemed like they had a lot of good ideas for it. But then it just turned into, oh, it's basically the Wii 2, and we're not going to really put too many commercials on television. And, oh, I wonder why we pretty much only sold 11 million units.
well yeah it's for the Switch has like beaten the Wii U in sales devastatingly by a long
Oh,
shot.
yeah.
So like it's already beat out the Wii U's entire lifetime sales, which is crazy. And in a few in like 3 years, which is insane. But this Nintendo did a better job marketing the Switch, like just with the idea it's a portable hybrid with home console, like the library of games.
it really does seem like a fusion of a bunch of Nintendo consoles in one system.
Yeah, it is. That's basically what it is, and like that Nintendo's been doing a great job marketing it. Um, and you know, honestly, I feel like the Switch has like a. I've never seen like the Switch have like the Switch. I feel like has more of like a mass appeal. Well, it does and it doesn't. It's not like the Wii where it had that appeal to like you could be playing Wii Sports with your grandma or something kind of thing.
Oh my god, when my grandma was still around, I'll be honest, we've had a few times where we actually did Wii Sports, and when she was around, she really wasn't into video games, but she did like Wii Sports.
Yeah, and I'm not talking that kind of casual yet. I feel
Yeah.
like Nintendo needs to fix that. Like you know, but like we'll see what they do. But like what's it called? The Nintendo like they're trying to like target like they're focusing more on like the gamer, kind of like their main like audience. So like this third party for the Switch is like it's better than the Wii U. It's definitely better than the Wii U.
Yeah, like they had like bare minimum for the Wii U.
Yeah, now it's like it's getting there.
I feel
It's
like
pretty decent. Not bad.
Nintendo also did that because I mean, if you go to a GameStop or Game Store right now, depending when you're listening to this, just go to the Wii section if your store still has it and look at all the games either on sale or on clearance because those are either games meant by a third party that no one gives a shit about and it is a really crappy built game, a game that's obviously rushed and you could probably pick it up for like $2. Like
Do you know what that's called?
what?
Do you know what those kinds of games are called?
No.
Shovelware.
Yes, okay, I did hear this.
I'll tell you what that means. Just to clarify, shovelware. So the reason the Wii had games like that, the Wii has a large library of games, and a lot of those are shovelware. A lot of them are great games, too, in that library. But uh, the Wii had a very large install base, which large user base and install base, which means like there's a lot of people that had it. So, and when that happens, it makes game development cheaper for that, and it just allows like companies to like crap out games like quickly as possible, whether they're good or not. So,
Yeah, and it just seemed like they were a bit too open with who they let make their games
no,
because
that happens to every console that has a large user base. That happened to the
okay.
PS2, which is the most sold console of all time. And
And
that
it
happened to the DS, which is one of the other most sold consoles of all time.
and it seems
So,
like is it true that even some companies have actually made PS2 games around this year? Because I've had a few times where I've been into a store and I can't name any games, but like I've seen games that have been around not for too long and I see them sealed up in, the protective plastic.
yes, because the PS2 is really easy to get your hands on. You could buy it on eBay for like $20.
Oh damn.
So like, that's how many there are. And the PS2 is we're getting a bit off topic, but just to finish off
Yes.
with that, the PS2 is the most sold console of all time. So of course it's
Yeah.
gonna be really easy to get your hands on. It didn't stop. Games stopped being produced for the PS2 in 2013. So
Yeah.
as soon as this generation started, the PS2 was still around. That's crazy. Uh, so
That system got a lot of love.
yeah, it still does. Honestly, it has a great library of games. But
I
again,
never.
this is a topic we could say for another video.
Yeah, I'll
Uh,
just say I never owned it, but I've always
I
had a
have.
respect for it.
I have, and honestly, I love the startup thing for it. It's very nostalgic
I've
and
seen it. Yeah,
atmospheric.
yeah. My neighbor growing up, we would play on his PS2. Growing up.
Yeah, I'm thinking of making it my alert for like when I get a text or something, or my ringtone, or just for waking me up in the morning as my alarm. So, but
Yeah, that'll make you jump out of bed.
yeah, um, but Yeah, to get back onto topic, where were we again when we were talking about?
We had a drift on. Oh my god, I can't believe this. Having a brain fart. I know that we were mostly focusing on Nintendo right now. We talked about shovelware, and I was talking about the Wii U.
Yeah, but to get back on topic with that, Nintendo, yeah, like they had the Wii U had a very small install base. The Wii U has a decent library of games, but not as great as the Switch has. A lot of I guarantee there's going to be a lot of Wii U ports within the coming years. Um,
Yeah, it's slowly happening.
which is happening because like those games deserve another chance on the Switch. So and it's a cheap way to put more games on the Switch.
And you
So
could put in more gimmicks on the deluxe versions because then if people already own the games, then there's more of an incentive to buy it again on the Switch.
right.
Except they didn't really
Uh,
do the best with Mario Kart.
I mean, I thought it was that was the case with Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe.
I mean, I did like that one. Yes, I did. I was just with the Mario Kart one. I mean, they didn't add any new maps, which that's what I was kind of hoping for. They did make the PvP a lot better, and they added Splatoon characters. And earlier last year, they also added Breath of the Wild version of Link.
Yeah, they're probably gonna add a whole bunch of new stuff in the next Mario Kart game.
Oh
But
God, it's gonna be a train wreck.
yeah, for the next Mario Kart game,
Yeah, because it seems to be a gotcha game.
Mario Kart 9.
No, the tour on the phone.
No, I'm talking about Mario Kart 9.
Oh, I mean, I would love to see what they would have in store for the potential Mario Kart 9. I mean, it's inevitable, but we don't know when.
Yeah, that actually might be a game we might see soon. We'll see. Hopefully, that's a game that's revealed at E3 this year. Maybe it probably won't be revealed till next year.
I mean, I feel
Games
like
like
they're probably gonna milk Mario Kart Tour a little bit and then maybe give a hint of Mario Kart 9.
Yeah, I agree. But I want to move on to my next topic. A game I think that's going to make a return and be brought onto the Switch that really appeals to the casual market.
All right, lay it on me.
I've heard some people talk about this before, but not much. And you're going to be surprised when I say this. It was one of the biggest games for the DS when it came out, if you remember it.
Okay.
It's basically a simulation, and uh, it's a virtual pet simulator
Is it
called
Nintendogs?
Yes, Nintendogs.
I've never played it, but I've had my younger cousins play that before, and they always had a blast playing it.
Yeah, I played it before when I was younger. Uh, there's always there's this huge chance I think they're gonna put it on the Switch because there's so much they could do with that. And I feel like that like people like holy crap, we can play like with like these cool like HD dogs on the go.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
that sounds
yeah.
great. They're probably gonna and they're probably gonna add like a VR thing to it too as well because they have that new VR Labo thing.
Yeah, I honestly thought VR on it was going to be pretty crappy, but it seems to actually hold up pretty well.
Yeah, people are liking it. So like honestly, and like I feel like they're gonna put a new Nintendogs game on the Switch, and they're gonna reveal it at this E3. I hope
I
so.
I I just feel like Nintendo should also make a plastic VR headset as well, and maybe have the Labo as like a solution for VR, maybe for like the kid demographic, because I don't know. I just feel like relying on a cardboard headset doesn't really feel the best.
Well, I agree. But like that's kind of the appeal of Labo. They can put it together yourself, and then you
Yeah,
get that result. That's kind of the appeal.
the
But we'll
DIY
see.
stuff.
Yeah, we'll see. But Nintendogs is definitely something I hope to see. Um, so you know, and I definitely think we're gonna be like seeing some games like I wouldn't even think we're getting. So like just name like a couple of like Nintendo franchises that deserve to like make a comeback on the Switch.
Yeah.
The There's this RPG series called Golden Sun, and the main character's name is Isaac. That's got some recognition recently because it's on because he's I think he's an assist trophy in Smash Ultimate. Um, oh, and like I'm probably gonna save that for like in a few minutes. I'll bring that up. So yeah, Golden Sun. I feel like they should bring back. I don't know much about it, but like I feel like Nintendo should utilize a lot of their franchises that are dormant. Nintendo should utilize all their franchises and just make new games for them to like uh, burn out the library for the Switch. If they did that, imagine having a Nintendo console where they have like games for like every single one of their IPs.
Yeah, yeah.
So people probably say it's like the best um, Nintendo console of all time
I
if that
think
were the case.
it would be better though if they actually did the virtual console.
Yeah, I was actually going to get into that in a few minutes.
Okay, okay. I didn't mean to basically
No, it's
spoil
okay.
your discussion.
No, it's okay. Another franchise I would personally love them to bring back is a franchise that's very small, but has a lot of love. Is Kid Icarus.
Okay.
People really love Kid. Probably gonna pick up Kid Icarus Uprising on the 3DS, and play it because I heard it's like really, really good. So hopefully they make a new Kid Icarus game for Switch. That's one thing I'm hoping for. I hope they make a new F-Zero game because we haven't seen a new F-Zero game in a long time.
It wasn't like the last one they ever did, like on the N64.
No, it was on the GameCube.
Okay. I mean, I never played F-Zero. I just figured it was.
I've never played F-Zero really that much either. It's just I just like the idea of like I'm talking about from like a kind of like a little bit of a business perspective. Like it's a good idea to like kind of like put out like franchises that have been dormant, like they did with Metroid Prime.
I
You know
mean,
what I mean?
yeah, I feel like you could also make the comparison of, like, how in Smash Brothers the catchphrase was "Everyone is here." Why can't that
Exactly.
be
Just
the
like
catchphrase for the Switch? Everyone is back.
pretty much that pretty much explains what I'm trying to say. And then another franchise I feel like that they should bring back and that they should finally localize some of the games is the Mother series.
I've been hearing rumors going around that Mother 3 might be coming out on the Switch.
That's a Who knows? We'll see. But now I just wanted to get into there's a game I want to bring up that hasn't been talked about much that we know is coming, but like we don't even know if it's coming this year or if it's coming next year. We don't know. It's we don't even know how far in development it is. We've seen a couple of trailers where we've known about it since the Switch like presentation all the way back in 2017 before the Switch came out. And that game is personally for me, since I'm a huge Persona fan and I love Atlas games. Atlas is a great game developer. Honestly, I recommend that game company to anybody. Like pick up any of their games, you'll honestly love it if you love JRPGs. But the series I'm talking about is Shin Megami Tensei 5, which is the main series that Persona spins off from. So, and it's Atlas's like main franchise. So, and we've known about that game since Switch has been like a thing. So, and like we got a trailer for it, and we like 2017, and haven't got one since. There's been like nothing. So I'm really hoping this E3 they give us some kind of update on where it is.
I feel like the sign of that potentially happening came when they put Joker in Smash. I feel like that could have also been almost a bit of a nod.
Yes, I will actually talk about. I want to talk about Smash in like just a few minutes, and the Virtual Console. I'll talk about that.
All right, goody.
Um, Yeah, and then another game that we know is coming, but we don't know when yet, is Bayonetta 3. Um, so we don't know about that game yet. When it's coming out, all we know is that they're working hard on it, as Koizumi said in the direct like a couple months ago, that they're working hard on it. That's all the news. That's the only recent news we got on it. Actually, just a quick fun fact: Platinum Games, the company that's working on Astral Chain and Bayonetta 3, the company that we talked about before,
Yeah.
they're working on like all these projects at once. It's apparent. There's a rumor going around that, so apparently Nintendo, it's been proven that Nintendo has brought back a game that was being made before but was canceled in recent years. But Nintendo brought it back, and it's gonna be an exclusive for the Switch. But like, we don't know what that game is.
Oh, so like it could be a whole new IP.
No, it's a game that we like that was already announced like years ago and was canceled.
Oh.
But Nintendo is bringing it back, and people are theorizing that's the game known as Scalebound, which was an exclusive for the Xbox One. But uh, it was canceled in 2017. And I actually was really hyped for that game because it looked cool. But this game might be people are theorizing that the game's Scalebound, and due to Nintendo's relationship with both Platinum Games and Microsoft, there's a huge chance that Nintendo might be bringing that game back. I honestly think that game might be revealed at the C3. We will see. So because Platinum Games is also working on like all these projects. Like they're working on a new IP. They're working on Bayo 3, Astral Chain, and they're working on like an Untitled project, and I feel like that's what that Untitled project could be. So, you know, that's one thing to look forward to. And I'm expecting a whole bunch of games that we don't even know about. Maybe some exclusives and maybe a whole bunch of third-party announcements.
Yeah.
So, but to get on to the next thing I want to talk about,
Okay.
the Virtual Console.
Yes.
I'm not going to talk about that for very long because I don't have much to say. But I was gonna say, I just wanted to say about that is that Nintendo has already confirmed that that's not going to happen. But like, I feel like they should reconsider that.
Yeah, especially maybe Nintendo. Just. I know you're not listening, but Nintendo, just hear me out here, okay? Maybe people will stop pirating your games and emulating them if you just made a virtual console. All right? When you tried suing a bunch of emulation websites, I mean, yeah, you did have the right to do that, but maybe you should have taken that as a sign.
Yes, they should. And like the problem with what's it called? With them saying that they're not going to do the Virtual Console is pretty stupid. Well, another thing they could do besides the Virtual Console is just release like these collections like on like a Switch games. You know what I mean?
I would even be fine if they do like the Kingdom Hearts BS, where it could be something like Mario Party 7 Dream Drop Connect Distance Chain of Memories 365 over 2-4. Like, I wouldn't complain because I'm still getting the game.
Right. And I'm like what I'm saying is like if they just did like a collection of like a bunch of like kind of like how they like released like the SNES Classic and NES Classic.
Yes.
But they released them as like Switch games and stuff.
Yes.
So kind of like an NES remix kind of thing.
We need something like that. I mean, NES Remix was alright, but I'm thinking more of like actually having the game. Because I mean, I bought NES.
Yeah, like it's a compilation of games. Like it's basically like the Super Nintendo.
I'm just saying the NES Remix. I have it, and it is just they took the old NES games and made a bunch of challenges out of the games. That's all it is. It's basically an ad.
I'm talking about like an actual compilation of the games where you could actually like.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the actual game for the Wii U.
No, I'm talking about like, it's a compilation of games where you have like where you could play them on the Switch and it comes on a cartridge.
That would have been better than what they actually did with the title NES Remix.
Yeah, I'm hoping they do what I just said for the Switch, for NES or N60, whatever. So,
Oh, I haven't heard of the N60 whatever. That sounds pretty fascinating.
the N64.
Yeah, I
Uh,
know. I was just joking around.
yeah. But uh, I think this is probably gonna be the last thing I'm gonna bring up for the day,
Okay.
and we can wrap it up after this
Yeah, sure thing.
because it's getting late. Uh, the next thing I want to bring up is definitely something we'll see at the C3 for Nintendo's Direct, and that is regards to Smash, and that
Okay.
is the next Smash DLC fighter.
I've wanted to talk about this too.
And honestly, Joker, I was see the thing is just a fun fact with Joker. Before Joker was even revealed for Smash, like when he revealed me for Smash, I thought I was gonna have a stroke. Like I was like I didn't even know how to feel.
I thought you were going to do a backflip when it was announced.
I felt like I was gonna do a bunch of things when it was announced. I was like, oh, like I didn't know how to react. I was like, oh my god.
As soon as I heard it, I immediately thought to myself, oh my god, where is Matt? He's probably seeing the announcement when it was live.
I didn't. I was actually sleeping when it was live. I'll tell you the story of how I found out Joker was in Smash.
Okay.
So a friend of ours, you probably know him. I'm not gonna say his name.
I mean, if you like, you could. Here, I'll write down a timestamp and you could say his name and I could totally just censor it right now.
Okay, so our
All
friend
right.
Lewis
So
called
1 hour, 14 minutes. There. See?
our friend Lewis called me at like 11 something at night, and he's like, "Dude, you're not gonna believe this. I was watching the Game Awards, and they just announced Joker for Smash." I'm like, I didn't believe him the entire time he was telling me that. I'm like, no, they didn't. He's like, you're fucking with me. You just woke me up to mess with me. And then as soon as I went online, like I didn't see anything for Joker, but that's because like he must have told me as soon as it was announced before anything got on the internet. All I had to do was refresh the internet, and like my whole entire feed was full of Joker and Smash.
Oh no. That must have been crazy.
Yeah, and I felt like I was gonna do a backflip, and I was like, I'll call you back, and I watched the Joker trailer and oh my god, I was freaking out.
Oh my god, he has a gun.
Yeah, and I was like thinking to myself, like how is this possible? How did this happen? But we'll get into that in a sec. I just wanted to say that like before Joker was even in Smash or announced, I had the idea, but I thought to myself, I had the idea. I thought to myself, I knew it wasn't gonna happen. I knew to myself. I thought I knew it wasn't gonna happen. I was proven completely wrong. Joker's in Smash, and that is crazy.
Just curious though. Who like who would you want to see in Smash?
As the next DLC fighter,
Yes.
okay, I'm gonna say it on a whim, and I think this is gonna be the next DLC. One of the next DLC fighters.
Okay.
I hope he's like the next one that's coming up. So actually, he had a game come out in January, and it's a Switch exclusive that I forgot to mention. Ever heard of No More Heroes?
I've heard of No More Heroes. I haven't really. I don't really know too much about it.
So the main character of that game is Travis Touchdown. I think he's going to be in it.
Okay.
I think he's going to be one of the next DLC fighters. I hope he's the next DLC fighter for DLC Pack 2. Because all of his games are exclusively for the for Nintendo systems.
Oh, okay. I just googled it. Yeah, I've seen this character. I haven't seen this gameplay, but I've definitely seen this character before.
Yeah, he has the kinds of skills perfect for a moveset for Smash. There's a lot Sakurai and the dev team could do for that. So the creator denied him, saying he's like, oh no, he's not gonna be in Smash. But like the creator who goes by Suda51 is known to lie. So there's a chance he probably won't be in Smash. He probably will be in Smash.
I mean, I guess at this point, saying that lying is a part of his reputation, I guess, in some ways, not fully. I'm not going to say we should see it like this, but I feel like we should consider that maybe it could be a flip of a coin.
That's probably what it would be, but like honestly, I feel like his chances are really high. Other than that, like other rumors I've been hearing are what's his name from our Banjo Kazooie because of Nintendo and
Yeah, yeah.
Microsoft's relationship because Microsoft bought Rare a long time ago.
Yes. And then they
Um,
made those Donkey Kong games.
yeah, and another rumor is that I've heard was that Cuphead might be in Smash as well, or
I,
Master Chief
now
or Doom Guy.
with
So
Cuphead, if let's say if they ever do add Cuphead, I hope it's not going to be something like a 3D model, but I hope that they would form him almost like how they did with Mr. Game and Watch, but with more frames.
probably there's probably a lot of unique stuff they could do with Cuphead. But personally, I think the speaking of Cuphead, I'm getting thirsty. I might get a drink of water as soon as it's over.
Listen,
Uh,
I don't blame you. I'm gonna do the same thing.
uh, but what's it called? People are saying Master Chief, which I probably die of laughter.
It would
People are
be
saying
interesting.
Steve. People are saying Steve from Minecraft.
Uh, I'm
I
gonna
will.
be honest. I wouldn't mind if we had Steve from Minecraft.
If we had Steve from Minecraft, I would legit like. I'd be ready to die because my life would be complete.
Dude, I would love it though. Like, just think about it though. Just think about this. Say if Minecraft Steve was in Smash, all right? He gets the Smash ball and all he does is just types in /God mode. He flies over the map and then types in /kill all, and then everyone just all of a sudden randomly just takes damage. It just sounds pretty funny to me. Or just doing something with Minecraft commands, or doing something with a command block, like getting a command block, putting a lever on it, smacking it back and forth, and maybe the command block is like shooting
And a bunch
beams
of
out of it.
TNT explodes.
Yeah, that it could be raining TNT with the command block commands.
Yeah, we'll see. But who do you? Before we end this, who do you think would be in Smash?
I mean, I was actually also being serious about Minecraft Steve. I wouldn't mind. I know people also joke around about this too, but I honestly wouldn't mind if we get Rayman.
I wouldn't mind Rayman either. He's technically in Smash already with as a trophy.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that's another reason, especially like, I mean, people have been saying rumors that they've believed that they found him hidden on one of the maps, which I don't believe it, but I feel like that could be a possibility with what happened with Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle. Even though Rayman wasn't in it, Rabbids is Ubisoft. Rayman is Ubisoft. Rabbids and Rayman are in the same universe. And I'm just saying, it would kind of be cool to see Rayman. And if somehow a fucking raving rabbit gets onto the game, I mean, it would be funny, but I'd rather have Rayman. I mean, yeah, just think about it though. It's Final Smash could just be how it could be from Raving Rabbits 2, where one of them's like shaking a soda can really fast, and they like turn towards the side of the screen where you were looking at. You let out a massive burp.
Yeah, well, I think definitely the next DLC fighter is definitely going to be Thanos Irwin from Billy and Mandy. I think that's going to be the next DLC.
Oh my god.
fighter.
Perfectly balanced as everything should be, yo. Yo, suck my dick, yo. Oh my god. Was this your home? It was. And it was beautiful, yo. Oh my god.
Good.
Hey Mandy, did you know that Gerber is accepting their affordable grow up plan? Wait. I forgot that one. Fuck, that was a good video. Thank you,
God.
Salty DK Den. You're a god.
Sorry for getting off topic, but
No, it's fine. It was fine. That was great. Yo,
Sorry,
suck my dick, yo.
oh god, okay. But finish up that we were saying. What were we saying?
Other than we were talking about Smash characters that we want to see in Smash for DLC.
Yeah, what you want to see? You wouldn't mind seeing Rayman?
Yeah. If a rabbit got in there, personally, I wouldn't mind, but I would rather have Rayman. And I mean, listen, at least I wasn't joking around being all like, I want Sans Undertale, I want, I want Sora from Kingdom Hearts, I want Goku from Dragon Ball, Kirito from Sword Art Online, SpongeBob. I can't
Right?
believe people actually wanted SpongeBob and Smash.
People wanted Shrek.
I mean, just install mods and then have it replace Wario. There you go. Except he doesn't play All Star. Instead, he just basically tries to eat you. Yeah, good times.
Yeah, but we'll see within next week. It's gonna be the direct should be at 12 o'clock on Eastern time on Tuesday, next Tuesday.
All right, is
So-
it gonna be like what, like in like daytime?
Yeah,
Okay, good.
it'll be on 12 o'clock Eastern time on the 11th on Tuesday next week.
All right,
so-
I better write that down.
Yeah. So all right. It's been fun.
All right.
But I think we should wrap it up here.
Well, thanks for at least coming on to the podcast. Yeah, so this was the third episode of the JaxCast. Thank you, Matt, for really wanting to come on to my podcast.
No problem.
Honestly,
My pleasure.
I was really glad to have you on because I was honestly afraid that my commentary wasn't going to be the best, but you really helped keep the ball rolling for the discussions in this podcast, and I'm really glad at least I got to do an official one rather than what I did last time, getting pissy at Burger King. But
Well, you got pissed at for what?
they made Burger King.
What?
Okay, I'll briefly explain. Burger
right.
King last month was Mental Health Awareness Month, and what they did was they almost competed with Happy Meals, but instead they made 5 meals, but they were all different things connected to mental health. So it's like there's a depressed meal, there's a pissed meal, there's they even wrote a Daggif meal, which is don't give a fuck. Like,
Oh God.
and I just said, like, how about we just get rid of most of these and keep 2 of them just to sound edgy, where it's like, unlike McDonald's, the Happy Meal, we're the edgy one because one of our meals is called the Pissed Meal or the Don't Give a Fuck Meal. Or not the Pissed Meal, the Yas Meal. Yes, that's a real name. You could look that up.
It's so cringy.
Yeah, the
I
commercial
can
is...
see why you were pissed.
The commercial is very... I mean, they're basically exploiting mental health and making meals for it. So yeah, you get to eat your depression away. I didn't know that. God damn it. Just, ugh. Okay, but you know what? That aside, thank you for coming on to the podcast. This was a great episode of the podcast. I'm really glad with how it came out. If you guys do want to, check out Matt's social media, I'll leave, I guess his public social media in the links in the description below.
Yeah, my Twitter you can leave below
Yeah, okay.
and stuff.
And I mean, I will say this before we go. I know that you haven't posted on your YouTube in a while. I really feel like...
I'm trying to get on.
And I'm saying, with how you did on this podcast, I just want to say this. I really can... I can actually see you making your own podcast. Because you could keep the ball rolling better than I can.
Yeah, but I have to have a conversation topic with Kevin in already.
I mean, that's the thing. Just don't try to give yourself a schedule, but just do it whenever you can. Like, don't make it a mandatory thing. Like, you do it once in a blue moon. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to, basically put like a gun up to your head and being like, make this podcast.
No. It's okay. I completely understand what you're saying, but like, I need to like think about because I need to get my YouTube channel rolling again. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna. That's one of my summer resolutions is to at least make 1 or 2 videos over the summer.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm not. I
So-
promise, I'm not going to say what you had in mind. Just with those ideas, and also seeing how you did very well in the podcast, I actually do think you're going to do pretty well. I really do. Have high hopes for that. And I mean, whenever you get your videos out, if you do get them on time or later in the future, I really do see you making pretty good content.
Well, thanks, dude.
No
All
problem.
right. It's been a pleasure. I think it's time we sign off because I'm getting tired and I need to get a drink of water.
Yes, I do too. You can also find
Well-
this podcast on SoundCloud. And also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, all that fun stuff. And I'll leave my social media down in the description below, blah, 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 blah. And until then, this has been the JaxCast.
And don't forget to subscribe to me too.
Yes, of course. Yes, your links will definitely be down in the description too. All right. So yeah, see you guys next time, and thanks for coming on, Matt.
Yep. Thanks, guys. Thank you too, Colin.
All right.
I'll see you later.
All right. Bye, everybody.